Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me this morning. Welcome to AskAbility. This is a new project where I talk with other disabled people about the role that accommodations, accessibility, and inclusion plays in their lives. My name is Nico Meyering. I use he, him pronouns. For a visual description, I am a white man with blonde hair, dark glasses, black headphones, and a blue shirt. I'm seated in front of a purple wall. I'm honored to be joined today by my friend Puneet. Puneet, go ahead and introduce yourself. Uh, Puneet, I believe you're muted.
Hello, Nico. Thank you so much for having me. I use pronouns he and him, and to visually describe myself, I'm an Indian man with black hairs, black mustache, and beard, with black headphones and black. I'm sitting on a black seat with with uh, with white walls on the background, and I'm a person with stammering and an undiagnosed learning disability.
Fantastic. Puneet, thank you for introducing yourself and thank you for joining me on this journey. Let's go ahead and get started with our agreed upon questions. What access features or tools do you use in daily life, and how do they help you?
I think I am on the journey of exploring my disability in terms
Okay.
of the learning one. I haven't diagnosed yet, so I'm reading a bit about dyslexia and dyspraxia, because I feel that these two really resonate with my characteristics. So I generally struggle a lot with the noise. So I use noise cancellation plugs in order to sleep, because I become hyperactive at night. So that I don't think I can I have to like distract myself from light and sound in order to be calmer, especially during night, uh, because it becomes far more easier to sleep because all your senses are at rest. And I'm highly unorganized, and time management is a challenge. So that in terms of many people with dyspraxia struggles to organize and manage time. So I have to take care of my calendar. I have like lot of alarm clocks are there in my phone, in my and I have clocks as well in my room. So in order to uh, keep track of the activities I'm supposed to do. So for this meeting as well, I have kept three alarm clocks on separate devices in order to be on time. Yeah, these are like these are my go to accessible tools.
Thank you. I'm really impressed that you use 3 different alarms to make sure that you're able to keep appointments. That, I mean, you can't say that you're not prepared. So that's really effective use of the tools that you have at your disposal. So, Puneet, I hear you saying that you're dealing with some definite disabilities now, and other disabilities you are only just beginning to explore, perhaps getting a diagnosis and getting accessibility and accommodations for them. What access features or tools would make the biggest improvement in your life?
Uh, So, like, in order to answer that, I would like to say that in India, the procedure of diagnosis is very expensive,
Mm-hmm.
and even like some professionals are very, they say that no, you are all right, you have done your masters, you are doing well in your life. Why do you want to be called a disabled person? So like this kind of attitude, like more than the tools and the features, like I'm working on the behavioral and the attitudinal side of the people, because there is no awareness with, like, even within the people, the professionals, the experts, they are using the words like differently abled, divinely abled, specially abled, people with determination. So it really puts me off. First of all, it should be me who should define myself. If you want to say call me something, you should ask me first, like what do I want to be called. We have no problem with the word disability. I have no problem with it, but people are having difficulty and they are defining my difficulties. Like they are saying that, oh, you don't stammer. You're just like few blocks and repetitions. Otherwise, you are just a perfect speaker. Like I don't want to be defined by you. I have no problem, and I see myself as a person with stammering. And then they say that that we all stammer. When I'm nervous, I always stammer. So there is a belief of mine that everyone stammers. Everyone is a everyone stammers at some point of time, but everybody is not a stammerer. Everybody is not a person with stammering. So it's a kind of it's a kind of people defining me, people defining us, people defining the disability community. It is not an ideal state, an ideal place to be. Like mentally, it's not healthy for us, because we have to go everywhere and we need to be out there. And sometimes we become tired, sometimes we become exhausted, and sometimes we are drained, and we say that, okay, why I'm going to argue again or not again. Like these kind of things are always there in mind.
Thank you so much, Puneet. One thing that you said that really resonated with me was that others don't get to define you. You get to define you. And ultimately, I really admire that you have that perspective. No one else has to live your life. So the labels that you place upon yourself, the projects that you undertake, the accessibility and accommodation features that you use, that's up to you. I really see you in that. And as an aside, I've never heard the euphemism divinely abled to refer to disabled people. That is a new one to me. So thank you for helping me learn today.
So in Hindi, it is called Divyang.
Divyang?
Divya plus Ang. So it means Divya means divine and Ang means organ. So you have some organ given by the God. So if you are disabled, we are like we are divine. Like I don't make sense of it. It's just it's pretty much used everywhere in the world, especially by the politicians who don't want to disturb, or who don't want to uh, you know be politically incorrect. Politicians don't want to be politically incorrect.
That's valid. I see you in that. So this kind of gets to my next question, which is, how are disabled people included or excluded in your community? Are there people or groups that you know about that are local to you who are advocating for better inclusion?
So I think in past few years of me being active in the accessibility and disability inclusion sector, I think a lot of improvement has been done, and I see a lot of youngsters coming out, like me, of course, who are actively advocating, who are actively uh, you know uh, making them visible and making them heard through social media, through different movements and efforts. So I'm really happy about it. I'm really excited about the future of disability activism in India. But at the same time, I think there has a lot to be achieved, because we are somewhere like the people who are there are somewhere from a little privileged background. I come from a slum, and I see that I'm the only one who is actively advocating, because I was lucky enough to get a good education, and then I was lucky enough to get in touch with with lot of good people who are already working in the social sector. So I see myself privileged in this regard. But the where I'm working in the slums of Delhi, I think there is a lot of scope of improvement, and especially when the youngsters come to see, because they are running away, they are living in denial when it comes to their disability. So I think it is because of the society, not because of the actual disability, but the taboo and the stigma behind what we call ableism is like it's in the pure form, and actually youngsters are running away from their authentic selves. So I think that a lot of work has to be done uh, in order to bring acceptance in the community. But once we have this acceptance on a good level, I think there is no looking back. I'm pretty excited, and I'm pretty sure that that youngsters of this country can do a lot of exciting things in the accessibility sector for sure.
Valid. I see you in that. I know that I myself am also very impressed with younger generations and how they tend to not have to deal with as much stigma or other biases that perhaps my generation did and perhaps your generation. So I'm
Yes, Nico.
someone.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
yes, I forgot to add like two people I can coming to my mind at this point of time would be Vineet Saraiwala. He's a founder of an organization called Atypical Advantage.
Mhm.
His organization is doing wonderful work. So they are providing a platform for generating livelihood, for generating income for the people with disabilities. So
Okay.
there are a lot of artists, and there are a lot of freelance people with disability in his organization, and people can go and ask for their services. So I really admire his work. And the second one would be she is also along with me. She is also the second person from India in the disability diversity D30 impact list. Her name is Ekta Bayan. She is an international athlete, and she has won two gold medals in the Indian Open this year. And I'm just, I see these two people as my inspiration, like working in India in the disability sector.
Thank you for letting me know. I know that one thing that we do in the disability community is that we work together and collaborate more often than most other communities. So I'm always happy to know about new to me players in the disability community. Thank you for helping me learn. This brings me to our last planned question, uh, which is how would you benefit from better inclusion in your society as a disabled person?
That's a very interesting question, because I was, thinking a lot about this question, because when I was working, I uh, being having stammering, and I wanted to uh, hold a meeting in my team. So I was not allowed to hold a meeting, because they said that we only have 20 minutes, and you may take more time than that. So it
Wow.
was pretty. And now I can laugh about it, because I have no problem with me. I love myself. I just embrace that part of me. But at that time, I was literally, I was shocked,
Mhm.
and I was numb, because I couldn't even complain to the HR or to the higher authorities about this, that this is what I'm going through on my day-to-day life. So I think with stammering, I think we need to create a general culture of respect and ethical literacy. There should be a acceptance within the stammering community and outside, like the people who are listening to us should not cut us off, and they should not say that we don't have time, we are in the corporate world, we don't have time for you, because in few seconds I will say that if I'm holding a meeting, it just may take 20 to 22 minutes. Like 2 minutes will not make a much difference. And in order to bring real and thorough inclusion, I think 2 minutes is not a big deal. And I wanted to say that disfluency or any kind of speech disability is not a sign of low intellectual capability at all. Like I see that people see us as that they have, maybe they have low IQs, which is not at all a scientific or logically correct. There has been a lot of research paper on that, and there is no correlation between stammering and low intellectual capability. And also from the HR side and from the senior authorities, I would like to say that there should be zero tolerance to bullying and by the co-staff, because it's so subtle, it's so part of the society that no one even no one even observe or notice that. So even for me, most of the time when I was growing up facing bullying, it became a part of my normal life, day-to-day life, and I was never questioning it. If I'm not questioning it, like I cannot complain, or even people will not notice it, because I see it as normal in my everyday life. So I think we should not normalize bullying, right? We should normalize disabilities. We should normalize different kind of disabilities, but not bullying or putting stigma into some kind of disability. And I feel that if these three things can be accommodated in the corporate and in our educational institutions, we can have an environment where our insights are welcomed without judging, mocking, or bullying. And then I can believe that speech disabilities or any kind of disability can play an important role in enabling more human relationships and communication. So it is not that difficult, Nico. I think you must agree with me on that. It's just the mindset shift. Just a behavioral changes can bring real inclusion in our society. Thank you, Nico.
Thank you so much, Puneet. Honestly, you've accomplished a lot in your life already. You are worth the extra time that it takes you to speak. I don't know who was telling you that it's like not worth an extra 2 minutes to wait, but you and I both know that's not true. You are worth more than 2 minutes, my friend. What you said about experiencing bullying in your childhood to the point where you thought it was just a normal part of life, and experiencing a lot of low feelings, feeling sad, feeling down about yourself as a kid, and now growing into someone who is more confident and assured in his abilities. I definitely see you in that, my friend. Puneet, where can people find you online if they so choose? What are some new projects that you're involved in? Any accomplishments you want to share? This is your chance at self-promotion, so you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Nico, for this opportunity. I think I'm very active on LinkedIn and Twitter. You can find me with the name Puneet Singhal. And about my future projects, I am working to create a booklet from the artists all over the world, and these artists are the people with disabilities. So we are assembling artists from Europe, Africa, Asia, South America, North America. They are all coming together, and we are presenting their poetries, their sketches, their drawings, their paintings, and we will create a very short booklet, which I will be using in my center in Delhi, and which I will be giving to our kids in our center. So this is like what right now I'm working on, and also I'm preparing for my TEDx talk, which will be happening next year, hopefully in Mumbai. So I'm pretty busy nowadays, and recently, I was in the diversity T30 impact list, which has really helped me to actually be more visible in the disability community. And also I got featured in Forbes for my advocacy in the stammering community in India. So, and also I was awarded Young Achievers Award by Indian Achiever Forum for my work in the nation building, especially in the disability community. Yeah, thank you, Nico, for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. I'm honored that my friend Puneet, a future TEDx speaker who has been featured in Forbes and a D30 Impact List honoree, has joined me today. Thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of your weekend.